Welcome to Allan Reports TV. I'm your host, Allan Labucan from allanberryreports.com. Today we have a new installment of our In the News show. This is the show where we talk about resource companies with recent developments. On today's show we have two companies to talk about. One of those companies is involved with copper, and the other is a silver and gold focused company, so we got a good mix there. And in addition to talking about those two companies, before we talk about those two companies, I'm going to talk about some observations that I made while walking the floor at the recent Cambridge House Mining Conference in Vancouver. And I think there's some good things we can learn from that. So we'll start the show. We'll open the show with a chat about that. I'm sort of changing things up a little bit. Usually I have, this isn't a big production show, so, I don't have a teleprompter, and generally what I do is I have my computer just in front of the camera. So today I got it over to the side here, and when I need to look at my notes, I'll be off camera over here. So just going to try and change things up a little bit for today's show. Before we get started, we always like to start out with our thank yous. We use our main website that we use to produce and broadcast these shows is YouTube. YouTube is a great website for anybody that's interested in doing online shows. We highly recommend them. And if you're watching the show on our website at allanberryreports.com, you'll notice to the left and right of me that there's banners. Those banner sponsors are really important in us being able to bring these shows to you. And we'd invite you to, if you'd like to do some homework on those companies, you just click on their banners and it's direct link to their websites. And so that's a great place for you to go and do your homework on those companies. And we'd invite you to do that. And of course, you, the viewers, you give us a platform to and an audience to talk to about commodities, resource stocks, the economy, and various other subjects. And we really appreciate you taking the time to tune in. So thank you very much for tuning in today's show. So now that we got all that out of the way, I'm going to move my notes around here, and we're going to start open with the chat regarding the observations that I made while walking the floor of the conference, the Vancouver Mining Conference put on by Cambridge House just in the last, it was on Sunday and Monday, so a couple days ago. And had a few of my friends come out to walk the floor with me, so that's always nice. I kind of work as their guides, if you will. What I noticed, one of the things that I noticed upon arriving was there was very good attendance. We didn't get there till about 10 o'clock, which the show had been open for a couple hours, and it took well over half an hour to get our badges and be able to get onto the floor. It was a very good sized lineup to get into the show, so that was a very good the initial thing that we noticed. Another thing that we noticed that I noticed as I was walking around the conference floor was that there sure seems to be a lot of companies jumping onto this rare earth metals bandwagon. First of all, there are some things that concern me about rare earth elements. The production of those are quite small in many cases, and if some new production comes online quickly, it could very seriously affect the price of rare earths. I understand the long-term story of that these rare earth metals are very important in many of the technological things that we use, but I also am, I think that there's a bit of a over enthusiasm, if you will, right now for them, and we don't jump on bandwagons or chase markets. So we're not looking at getting into rare earth picks anytime soon based on our, we try to stay focused on the things that we're really knowledgeable about, and rare earths just aren't one of those. So it looks to me like things are getting a little frothy, and in the old days we used to have in the market or in the resource sector what we call area plays, and when somebody would make a discovery in an area, oftentimes there'd be hundreds of companies jumping on that bandwagon and trying to get surrounding ground around those area plays. And nowadays we have these the bandwagons are a little different. Now they're jumping onto the rare earth, so we're not jumping on. There was also a lot of companies involved in areas that we don't cover. The reason we don't cover them is due to our concerns about political stability issues. Having said that, I would also add that means that we're also going to miss some really good opportunities. But it's just that, we have our area of where we like to focus, and, following rules is very important when it comes to investing. And so, we avoid those projects in politically riskier country or areas and countries. And so, we do miss some opportunities, but we will continue to stick to our knitting. There was also several companies at the show that we follow in our reports, talk about on the shows, and we got a chance to spend a bunch of time talking with the representatives from those companies that we follow, and also companies that we're doing homework on. And it's really nice to take the time to have these conversations at these conferences that we go to. It's a great time to meet the management of those companies and sort of assess their enthusiasm for what's going on. And it's a really great opportunity to speak face to face with them and get an update on what they're doing with their various projects. Even though the attendance was very good at the conference, it was far from euphoric. In fact, there was a fair amount of worry. In January here, we've had some shakeouts with some pullbacks in the price of some of the commodities, and it doesn't take very much to get people very worried. And I actually think that that's a bullish sign. They say that markets, bull markets, move up a wall of worry. And like for example with gold, it's had hit nominal record highs and has pulled back only in the 5 to 7% range, and yet there is a healthy amount of worry there. So I find that very very bullish. I also got approached by several people asking me what I thought was going to happen with commodities. I'm a real believer in not just following trends, but also following key fundamentals. And when it comes to commodities, those key fundamentals are supply and demand. And I talked a lot about the lack of spending and I do this often, lack of spending for exploration for new deposits when it comes to that has weakened the supply chain. And that's been happening for the past few decades. And then we've got strong demand, and those fundamentals, nothing has really changed. So I don't change my bullish outlook, and that I talked a lot about in our Outlook 2011 report. You can find that in the reports. I haven't added that yet. For our subscribers, you can find that in the Outlook 2011. Another thing that came up was my outlook that the poor fundamentals for the U.S. dollar. Commodities are priced and traded in U.S. dollars, so that's the most important currency to follow when it comes to commodities. And with the rapidly growing debt and the strong deficits, in fact, when preparing for today's show, the CBO, the Central Budget Office, came out with their estimates for 2011 deficits to be $1.5 trillion in 2011. And this reinforces my belief that the U.S. dollar's long-term bearish trend is far from over. and commodities and resource stocks are a much safer place for investors to have their money. Some of the most enjoyable parts about the show is when viewers of our shows or readers of our reports come up and say hello, and we get a chance to have a conversation, and that's really great, because I really like to have that person to some personal feedback. And so thank you very much to all those that came up to me at the show to say hello and ask some questions. It was very enjoyable. So now we're going to move on to the companies in the news that we wanted to talk about. We got two companies today. The first company we're going to talk about is Nevada Copper Corp. On the disclosure, we're not shareholders of the company. Our past coverage, we started coverage of them in our April 6, 2008 Allan Berry Reports email newsletter. That was our 17th edition. If you're watching the show on our website at allanberryreports.com, just look above me at the reports section. In there you can find that 17th edition. You can either read it online or download it into a Word file for you to read at a later date. We've had them on several of our past shows, including our June the 2nd 2010 show. These are all 2010 shows. June the 2nd, July the 27th, August the 18th, October the 5th, November the 16th, and December the 9th. And if you look above me, you'll see a shows section. In there we have a directory of all of our past shows, including the dates, an overview of which companies were talked about, and a link to where you can go watch them. And that's where you can find all of those past shows and the links to go watch them. Their website is nevadacopper.com. That's nevadacopper.com. And the press release we're looking for is January the 11th, 2011. I'm just pulling up their website now, and in there they have a news section. That's where you would find that January 11th press release, and I've just pulled it up now. The headline is Nevada Copper intersects 180 feet of 1.59% copper. They go on that they announce further positive drill results at the 100% Dome Pumpkin Hollow property located in Nevada. The holes reported below represent the latest assay results from the geotechnical drilling program. Currently, one drill rig is finishing the geotechnical program and will join the second rig, which has already started the 20,000-meter resource step-out and expansion drilling program proposed for 2011. Assay results received, and then they talk about, there's actually a good quote in there from Gregory French, who is the Vice President, Senior Project Manager of Nevada Copper, who stated, and I quote, "We are very pleased that the NC10 GT07, along with the earlier geotechnical holes, continues to confirm and expand mineralization in the east and south deposits. The remaining geotechnical drilling is currently being completed on the E2 and north deposits as part of the engineering data collection for the ongoing feasibility study. The drill program will then focus on the expansion of the resource," end quote. Then in the press release, they also have a table with the various different drill hole results, and they give you a good overview of Nevada Copper. And so you can find that on their website. I'm just going to close that down now. And so some of the reasons that we like the company is they're a copper-focused company. We're very bullish on copper. We think it has very good supply-demand fundamentals with weak supply that is not well prepared for current or future demand. They're in mining-friendly Nevada. They have two zones of interest. One is a low-grade, high-tonnage, near-surface open pit target, and the other is a high-grade underground target. And so they've got a good combination there. They've got large resources of copper. They're rapidly advancing the project with these advanced economic evaluation work. They're a well-funded company, and they're going to have a really good flow of news as we go forward. So we've talked a lot about them in the past, And with all the key work that they're doing, we think that there's a very good chance they're going to pass a lot of milestones, and we're going to be talking about them many times in future shows as well. Great place to start your homework, again, is on the website. We always advise our viewers and our audience that how important it is for you to do your own homework, and a great place to start that is on their website at nevadacopper.com. So that's a wrap on our chat regarding Nevada Copper. The second company we're going to talk about today is U.S. Gold Corporation. On the disclosure, we're not shareholders of the company. Our past coverage of them includes they're a featured company in our Allan Berry Reports email newsletter. We started coverage of them on September the 28th, 2008, which was our 19th edition. If you look above me at the report section, again, that's where you would find that 19th edition. We've had them on several of our shows in the past. On our June 23rd, these are all 2010, June 23rd, August the 5th, September the 2nd, October the 13th, November the 16th, and December 22nd, 2010. Their website is usgold.com. Nice and easy one there. It's usgold.com. We're going to be looking for the January 13th, 2011 press release, and I'm now pulling up their website, and they have a news section on their website. In the news section, we're looking for that January 13th press release, and the headline from that one is New Veins Discovered North of El Gallo and Successful Expansion of Several Known Zones Throughout the District. They go on that U.S. Gold Corporation is announced very encouraging drill results from several different areas at and surrounding the company's El Gallo project in Sinaloa State, Mexico. Drilling has discovered a series of new veins 6 miles north of the main resource and has also extended many of the known zones throughout the district. These results will not be included in the El Gallo preliminary economic assessment due to be released in early February. With those economic assessments, they sort of have to get a cutoff date, and then they keep on drilling to grow the resource, but they have to have a cutoff date so that they can start those kind of economic assessment works. They had several exploration updates. In those updates, for example, one hole had a intersection of 1,325 grams per ton silver and 2.1 grams per ton gold over 1.2 meters. So very high grade material there. Then they had another highlight was near surface expansion and delineation drilling at Palmarito. One of the holes there intersected 135 grams per ton silver and 0.3 grams per ton gold over 21.1 meters. And then they have some more drill holes from that. They mentioned that first follow-up holes at the El Gallo gold zone returned more high grade, 16.9 grams per ton gold over 2 meters, 7.0 grams per ton gold over 1.1 meters, and 5.2 grams per ton gold over 2 meters. Then they had some more details about the drilling. Then they gave you some really good information about the El Gallo project and the exploration efforts in the district as well. They talked about the new veins that being discovered north of El Gallo with some interesting gold in there as well. They talked about the Palmarito zone with good grades and thickness discovered at surface. We always like to see those kind of near surface discoveries. It leads to easier access, less expensive. This is a good combination for development of projects and also making good profit on your operations. They talked about the gold zone at El Gallo. Early success continues. Then they had some more details about El Gallo expansion and infill drilling. And preliminary economic assessment update. You can find all of that in the press release on January 13th on their website. And so that's the key information from that press release. Some of the reasons that we follow the company is they're a silver and gold focused company. Their projects are in Nevada and Mexico, which are two mining-friendly jurisdictions, and they're also well-known geological regions. They have a strong management team led by Rob McEwen, who has had a long career of being a mining company maker, and so that's important. The key project that we're following is their El Gallo silver and gold project in Mexico, where they're finding a lot of very promising grades in their near-surface discoveries, and now they're also getting some very good gold grades as well in regional exploration. They got a high-quality silver project. High-quality silver projects are not easy to find, but El Gallo is definitely one of those with the gold potential as well. They're well-funded. They're doing a lot of work, and so we expect to see very good news flow out of the company. And so, as always, we highly recommend our viewers to do their homework, and the best place to start that is on US Gold's website at usgold.com. So that's a wrap on our In the News segment. Before closing, we would like to stress that this show and our reports are for information purposes only. We aren't making buying or selling recommendations. It's important for you to do your own research and speak with your financial advisors before making any investment decisions. We're always trying to grow our audience, and any efforts you make to let your friends know that follow the markets about our website, our reports, our shows would be greatly appreciated. We also really appreciate you taking the time to watch the shows. We know that everybody is very busy these days, and we strive to produce a show that saves you time and brings you helpful, high-quality information. Our next show is going to be another In the News show that we'll do tomorrow. We're going to be talking about some resource stocks with high-quality projects and talking about their recent developments. And the best place to find out about our shows, when we're doing them, and any other things that we talk about is by subscribing to our reports. If you look above me, you'll see a subscribe button on our website at allanberryreports.com, and in there you just fill out the information. There's no charge to be on our email list, and we'll keep you up to date on all the work that we're doing. We hope you can join us for our next show. You can find all of our work on our website at allanberryreports.com. We hope to see you soon, and have a great day.